Hello guys, Sue Jerry speaking. Welcome to LJPCBM episode 457 today reacting to Spot to Love podcast episode number 2. Heather, a Barney fan. We had this begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Let me pause real quick and hang on. There we go. Got it. Barney fans present Spot to Love podcast, episode 2. Heather. Okay, makes sense anyway. Let me like this video real quick. Turn it up a little bit.
Hello, Barney history fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Spots of Love podcast. I am your host, Karan. Like I said before, we're really just on this journey to talk to all sorts of friends and family of ours within this group, both fans of the show, cast and crew members, whoever we get a chance to have in this seat across from me, and talk about our friend Barney and our lives and our experiences with him. We're going to keep going on with that today. I have another great guest to talk to here from the Barney History Fans group. Her name is Heather. Heather, welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Is this your first time ever doing a podcast or things like that?
Yes, it's my first time.
Wow, okay. That makes a whole lot of sense. Continue on.
I posted a few different podcasts, I think about 3 or 4, so I'll try to make it.
Oh, yeah. Because I remember you doing like 2 or 3, like 2, I believe. I don't remember because I seen you do like one podcast at the time. Let me see here. I seen bits of Emmy's podcast, like let's say, search up real quick. Come on, Stark. Let me see. I'm gonna go to a new tab real quick. Check out this YouTube channel called Podcast Karan Stark. This one, oh no, Rally to Nature. I gotta react to this sometime soon. And it's about, wow, it has like 23 subscribers, and I don't remember it well. But basically, I gotta react to this soon on LJPCBM React. It has about 11 episodes. Wow. And pretty soon on LJPCBM React, I gotta react to these episodes soon. Rally to Nature episode 1 through around 11, I believe. But like, it's coming soon to LJPCBM React. We'll see what happens, but beyond me. But I don't remember you do 2 of these the podcasts you do at the time. Unfortunately, because at the time, you did like, let's say 3 or 4. Now, I don't remember you did 3 or 4. So there you go. Let's continue on.
As simple and not so difficult or new for you, okay?
Okay.
Let's just start in the beginning then. Let's start with your experience with Barney. Do you remember when you first found Barney in the TV show, and what that experience was like?
Well, I remember when I first found Barney. Well, my mom took me. I was a toddler. My mom took me to a play group, and one of the other moms mentioned to her Barney was new back then. It was the PBS series, and someone said, "Oh, turn on Barney. She'll love it." And one day my mom turned on Barney and Friends, and I fell in love with it. And Christmas 1993, I remember my grandma.
I was only, Christmas 93. Wow. I wasn't even born yet when this happened. Because, yeah. Wait, how old were you at the time? Go back.
Oh, turn on Barney. She'll love it. And PBS series, and someone said, "Oh, turn on Barney. She'll love it." Back then, it was the PBS series. And the other moms mentioned to her Barney was new back then. It was the PBS series, and someone said, "Oh, turn on Barney. She'll love it." And one day my mom turned on Barney and Friends, and I fell in love with it. And Christmas 1993, I remember my grandma gave me
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, okay. I was confused over there. Continue on.
A musical Barney doll that play the I Love You song when you squeeze his hand, and I got Baby Bop, and I got the little Barney slippers with the Barney heads, and I just loved Barney. There was something special about him, something I'd never seen before.
Yeah, that's awesome. I used to have those little house shoes as well with the Barney head on them.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, Heather, I didn't realize this because I thought I always love Barney. Yeah, it makes more sense. Continue on.
those are cute.
Yeah, I wish I could find them again just so I could add to my collection to have because I
Me
definitely
too.
don't have them anymore. That's awesome. So you grew up right at the very start of the PBS series, then, right? Season 1 and 2 and those kind of things, the early years.
Yeah, I was born in '92, so I
Wait,
remember.
night. Yeah, you were only one or two. Person 93. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I was born in 95, so you were. I was so close with mentioning birth years. You know, however, if you watch this episode, that would be at. So that's me, of course. Continue on.
I was born like about a few weeks before the PBS series premiered. So
Oh yeah, that was like a year and a half when you started watching Barney. Okay, let's continue on.
Awesome.
Well, actually, yeah, Christmas '92, Christmas '93, as you mentioned before. Okay, so that was like a doll. I thought it was so you're watching it, but my history brain's mixing up. Continue on.
like I was meant to be a Barney fan.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. When I started, I was born in '93. My brother, who's a year older
Yeah, I was born '95, so let's continue on.
than me, he was watching it already before I was. He was born in '92. So
Wow.
it was already in the household when I was born. And then I just kind of took it and ran with it. And
Hmm.
he grew out of it eventually, but here I am, obviously still a Barney fan. But
Mm.
yeah, thanks to him, I think is the reason why I even found or knew about the show and had all those items and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Since you grew up in the during the classic years, did you watch Barney all the way to the end, or did you have a moment where you stopped watching?
I remember once it got through like seasons 4 through 6, like I kind of lost interest. I mean, I really prefer seasons 1 through 3 and like the backyard gang stuff. That stuff is the stuff I really want to see. Hopefully someday released on streaming or DVD or Blu-ray. That's the stuff I grew up with. That's my Barney.
You know something? My Barney had to be season one all the way up to season 1 to 9. I stopped watching Barney midway to 9 because I I did I realized like hi Elliot something like that for some reason because at that time I did went totally the white background Barney made me feel like stop watching it for some reason. I branched out of it until 2009 because they canceled Barney 2010. I was only 15 because that was like difficulties. And like wow, it just makes more sense. If you haven't saw last episode of LJPCBM on Emmy, Barney History Fans Moderator, you had to go check it out on LJPCBM. Yeah, last episode. So that just makes more sense. I don't know what deal is, but you know. The thing like, yeah, and she loves classic era. Yeah, no doubt, because I love classic era as well, because I watched in the time I watched Barney, let's say, one example is the springlies instead of more of a splashy effects, because I hated these as a little kid, thinking splashy events in season 1, because they scared the hell out of me, you know? Think about what the hell's going on. And I'm not gonna say hell and not making it for kids content in the time, because at the time frame I was like, how to say this, Quan? Season 1 standards. When I was a little kid, they decided to I was gonna talk about in spots of love pockets. And it's not. I'm gonna say, and not really language wise, but more of a English friendly like, but more. It's in episode 29 of Barney season 1. They have to talk about this whole scene of the tortilla dance for some reason, and it's just like, and I'll talk about this too on this LJPCBM episode, and I did talk about in Boyfriend's Vlogs episode 29 in 2017 when Vimmy was around, and 100 when my Aaron Archive account was around, and I did talk about Breeze's Jokes 90. So, I'll talk about this reaction video, okay? First things first, I just want to hug them suddenly in tortilla dance. Secondly, when I was a little kid growing up, I used to walk in the hallway. Let's say, staying away from me. Like, get away from me. Get away from me. You know? But these haunted choirs, children's choirs, you know? Yeah, haunted houses for no reason. And then I thought it was the song's like lyrics going that. And nope, it was basically this song. So you go to pat. And when you make your own tortillas, you go to pat. And it came out of nowhere and just singing the Muppet Babies ending theme for no reason. And just out of nowhere. And then came out, and then for some reason, they just lost their minds to figure out the Mexican food for some reason, and suddenly they have to eat the tortilla chips with the dip, with no reason. I was like, why? And they have to eat the sausage chip with the dip with Barney, and then all of a sudden, Barney had to eat it, and this had to scare the living creeps out of me. You know? I was only 2 or 3. I don't know what hell happened. But, you know, because and then sirens, and when you go, whoa, whoa, dude, you scared the freaking lights out of me. And then, when years went on, I'm never going to see it again until middle school days. And I thought it was that the lyrics go, that. It just went out of nowhere and said, no. It creeped me out. But anyway, that was a long story, but I thought, and this editing portions, I thought I was going to add the Mental Health, Bang Your Head song, and the original editing I put in, but it didn't work out the way it used to be in later years. But Racist Jokes episode, not Racist Jokes, but Boyfriend's Vlogs episode. What I'm saying, anyway, after that, I wanted to put on, let's say, 2 episodes. The 100 episode of Boyfriend's Vlogs and Racist Jokes 90. So I did it from scratch. So that's to answer your question anyway. But then years went on. I watched Barney again. This time I was watching on Barney History Fans, per se. If you watch Andrew, Kaylin, things like that, Karan, etc., you guys are supporters for this quote, and you're supporters of Barney, so it's just like, the thing is, especially Emmy, you know, who's a friend of mine from Australia, because I think, I just want to get onto that during the Spots of Love podcast, per se, because he's the host of it. And I'm on Discord, by the way, if you're wondering, so, not on the chats, like, for example, Zoom, because I don't do Zoom anymore. I don't do Skype. I do Zoom or Discord, because I really hate to do this, but Discord is not my thing anymore, because that's not, Skype is not my thing anymore, because if I do Skype, that would be stupid, you know what I mean? But, no, I want to I'll get back to the video in a moment, but then, all of a sudden, I got work, I got election work, I got things to do, but then I gotta do this. But, just like I did in the interview with Heather, but, you that's just me. Continue on.
Yeah, for sure. Why do you think? Why do you think that is? Because there's a lot of fans who prefer the classic era of Barney, and usually that includes Backyard Gang to season 6. But you said around the fourth to the sixth season is when you lost interest, and that the very very early years was the ones that you prefer the most. Why do you think there was something different about um, what do you think changed in it that made you lose interest to where you?
I think it was the change of the cast,
Mhm.
the old guard growing up, leaving and stuff, and I was so used to everyone from that, and like then it kind of got fancier, and I kind of liked how Barney was just more simple in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Not too extravagant, not too fancy,
Mhm.
and plus I had started going to school and stuff. So when seasons 4 through 6 were on, I wasn't able to catch the episodes as they aired and stuff. So
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I see what you mean, Haver. Go on.
Makes sense. Did you own any home videos or anything like that when you were younger?
of season 4 through 6 home videos.
Well, just any home videos in general.
Oh yeah, I owned a lot of Barney tapes. I remember as when I was a kid, as a toddler, I figured out how to put the tapes in the VCR,
Yeah.
play them, fast forward them, rewind them, and put them back in the VHS rewinder. My mom always said that if I was bored, I just put in a Barney tape and I was quiet for a half hour to an hour.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think my first one was I still have it up in my attic was Waiting for Santa.
Oh,
My
yeah.
first tape.
Yeah, the first tape. Yeah, I had the poster right here since I won that poster back in December. So, there you go. Even though I had this Wait for Santa one back in 20, I don't know what year exactly, but probably around 2020 when I did a Boredom Jokester episode back then. Yeah. Yeah, it does make sense. And now that I can't remember, I have so many impressions about this Waiting for Santa thing. And Christmas '95, I've seen so many times about Waiting for Santa saying, well, Santa, yeah, I remember that one scene that Waiting for Santa's like, where Derek meets Backyard Gang Barney for some reason, where it's like, well, I just met you a couple weeks ago. No one thinks Santa doesn't know who I am. And then the kid's like, it was me. Well, for some reason, the kids like that comment and the boys once upon a time. I'm like, the music doing that. And, yeah, I don't know the problem. I made that jokes on you thing for my Boring Jokes episode number 13. If you want to check out, go check out my Rumble account. Just links in the description below. But, yeah. And, as for this, I was like, wow. I remember fondly Waiting for Santa. I was only, months old. Not just that, but also born in New York City. But yeah. Yeah, I remember it fondly on these two tapes, and of course, out Mizzou. I uploaded like 2 out of the 3 on my Appalachian 4 channel. If you want to check it out, link in the description below, like I said, but that's just me. Continue on.
The classic. It's a lot.
I try to watch it every year at Christmas time.
Uh-huh.
Tradition.
For sure.
Yeah, every time, especially my favorite Rick and Bass special, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's one of the best traditions I ever had. It's like, Billy May Richards played Rudolph. I have this, it was in my head, thinking Paul Souls playing Herbie and things like that. And then so many other Canadian voices, except for Bro Ives, who did Sam the Snowman. I remember it fondly because, you know, it was one of my favorite Christmas traditions with my family. Yeah, because, and same with Waiting for Santa, except for the fact that my brothers always watch Polar Express, and so my mom, because she keeps pestering me to keep watching it, but when I was in my early, like, mid-teens and early late teens and something like that, and I was like, Mom, I want to watch someone else like Rudolph and of course, Muppet Christmas Carol. And some of my Elton TV special events for some reason. And then I was too busy with that. and then all of a sudden nothing happened. So there you go. And I want to keep watching LJPCBM for the rest of my life, and only on Rumble, cause there you go. Continue on.
Before Christmas is good too. I like that one too.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
For sure.
And Night Before Christmas is good too. I like that one too.
Yeah, Night Before Christmas. Okay, I forgot about Night Before Christmas. I did this back in 2014 on LGBT special event. No, but at that time frame, I think it's no longer exists in that time. But Night Before Christmas, I'll do it as an LGBT special event. No, pretty soon, but no. Not LGBT special event. Boredom Jokester. Yeah, excuse me. Boredom Jokester episode numbers, feature episode for Christmas 2024. Pretty soon. Continue on.
Yeah. Do you have an all-time favorite home video that you would say is your absolute favorite one? If you had to choose just one to watch forever, do you have a favorite that you would choose?
Really, it's a tie between either Magical Musical Adventure or Barney in concert. As a kid, I never saw Barney in concert. We never rented that tape.
Yeah, I mean, go check out Barney's concert Boredom Jokester episode. Link is in the description below with my Rumble account video. Continue on.
But I saw it a few years ago as an adult for the first time, and I just ended up falling in love with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. Barney in concert is a great one because it's not it's very much like what you said about the early years of Barney, where it was very simple, right? There wasn't a lot happening in that show. It was just kind of this big sing along. The first time that you see Barney on a big stage like that.
Yes.
But yeah, that was like that gave me chills. It gave me nostalgia.
Yeah, it's very nostalgic, right? Because
it is because I was doing like a joke series on Barney in concert, not the series on it, but basically, yeah, I did like that. Not only that, but also did Barney Friends Baby Marathon. Put it on my second channel. Link in the description below on that. But basically, what I'm telling you is, come on and have her, is that I did a reaction video of it based on series of fortunate events on it, to make more sense in any way, but, I'm not gonna tell you what, but basically what it is, it's just good enough. Continue on.
But even though I wasn't born yet, I wasn't there at the show, I felt like I was there.
Yeah,
wow.
Exactly. It kind of captures you in that way where you really do feel like you're a part of it. And I feel like only Barney in concert and Radio City Music Hall's live show are the only two that make you feel that way. The other ones I think the other shows are great, but I think those are the only two that make you feel like you're right there in the audience with them the entire time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Kwan mentioned Barney Live New York City, because I was only months old, because I mentioned this to Kwan earlier, because I said it's my reaction video as well, because that Christmas day, I got Barney Live New York City with Rudolph and Babe, Sheep Pig, because it was a big experience. I'll talk about more about it in Spots of Love podcast, but, Continue on.
I actually attended, as a kid, I attended both Big Surprise and Musical Castle.
Wait, hold up. These two? You attended both? Okay, yeah. Wow. Well, in 2011, I attended, let's say, I can't remember the name, Barney's Birthday Bash live concert, and then I did talk to this last episode, and then I did attend, I forgot to talk about the 2019 event last episode, but then I attended Day of the Park with Barney, but it was a big event for me. It was the best one yet. Continue on.
Yes, I mean, I thought they were fun and stuff, though. Though with Big Surprise, I kind of got freaked out by the part where robots appeared on stage, and my mom had to take me out to the bathroom because I started crying and I got scared. And
oh no!
Wow! I never really liked when
wow! It was freaking you out. Continue.
Robots appeared on Barney. To this day, Michael's teapot had robot costume from the Queen of Make Believe scares me. To me, it's like nightmare fuel. That and the song just sounds so scary. I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel you, Heather.
You had to feel you felt that way, or you had to deal with that watching the show. That is that first robot, even the original song that they used that he sang during that episode is a little like eerie or kind of creepy in a way.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I
For
never
me, it's
got
like
Oh, go ahead.
for me, it's like it's a sensory thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got creeped out by anything with Barney, not the old backyard gang stuff or any of the things, but I could see where, because I've heard people say that robot costume or the Winkster from
Oh yeah, I remember this very well. I haven't told Karan about this, but the Barney bag used to scare the hell out of me as a little babe. And then all of a sudden, the Winkster saved me. Winkster saved me! Yay! Yeah, I was only months old, and I don't know what the Barney bag was at the time, but what happened to Winkster? So, yeah, but I had to talk to Winkster. I had to talk to Karan about this in Spots of Blood, but it just makes more sense. Winkster is a hero. Continue on.
Live in New York City, or Barney's voice on the very first ones were kind of creepy to them, and so I could see how that would be.
I wasn't scared of Barney's voice in the first videos, and I wasn't scared of the Winkster. It's just that the robot scared me, and it didn't help that when I was a little kid, my dad he collected antique toy robots from old sci-fi movies and TV shows like Lost in Space, Forbidden Planet, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and that didn't help my fear.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Wait. Oh, you're talking sci-fi, because I know I'm talking too much, but in this reaction video episode, but maybe next episode I'll talk to I will not to talk too much, but long story short, okay, I was bits and pieces of huge fan of sci-fi movies, one of which has to do with space invaders. I was only almost 9. I'll get close to be at that time frame. Record on Encore at the time, not the video game, but the movie on Encore at the time on TV when it first came out not in 1990 when it first came out in theaters 1990, but in 2004. But then suddenly I had to record it and right away. And it's like, oh my god, I gotta record it. And it's like, bam. I was only that age recording this thing. It's like, damn, I gotta record it. And it has about, I'll tell you what it's look like, okay? But Space Invaders it has to do with, no, not the video game, okay? Not the 1938 video game. It has to be this film, seen here. Okay, it's directed by the late Patrick Reed Johnson. Okay, and stars it's not. I know he's not died. Okay, there we go. Never mind. He also did Star Wars. He also did Star Wars. Okay, directed by George Lucas. Okay, but I was a huge fan of Star Wars, but he also did. I was maybe a huge fan of Star Trek per se. But anyway. But Space Invaders was his directorial debut in any way. He's also screenwriting this movie in any way with Scott Lawrence Alexander. Anyway, it stars Douglas Barr, okay, who's still alive with us. Anyway, Royal Daniel and Alia Richards. Okay. Oh man. American painter and former actress. Anyway, I don't know what else to say here. Sorry. But it was a pun of the classic video game, Space Invaders. Okay, the Space Invader from Mars fights, and then I don't want to read the whole plot. Sorry, but anyway, the film was titled Margins. Okay, it also had the television series. Really? I didn't know that. Anyway. In November 1997, the live-action television series was being developed by Gillian's Entertainment, which unfortunately got defined in 2002. 22 years ago. Damn. Anyway, film historian Lauren Martin gave the movie 1.5 out of 4 stars. Bernie along, and making you wonder why Orson Welles can get fans into decades. While pictures like this one are produced by Truckload, this film gained a cult following. Unfortunately to say this, I like the film. It's just one of the best movies ever made, unfortunately. I'll talk more about it in Boredom Jokester, per se, but that's me, of course. It's a Halloween tradition to celebrate. But unfortunately to say this, Space Invaders came out on April 27th, 1990. It's 100 minutes long. And Space Invaders is also a video game, released in arcade, first in Japanese, in April 1st, 1978, then on Nintendo in North America, November 78, and then in Atari 2600 before it came, the video game Crash in 1983. First in North America, the March 10th, 1980, and in Europe in 1981. Continue on.
I bet not. Let's see. Do you have, when it comes to Barney in a whole, do you have a favorite song that you would say is your absolute favorite?
My favorite song is a tie between "If All the Raindrops" and the theme song.
Wow.
Why those two?
I'm not sure, to be honest. "If All the Raindrops" always cheered me up when it was like raining and stuff. And the theme song, it's catchy. And I also like "I Love You" because my parents used to sing it to me every night before I went to bed as a kid.
Oh, that's awesome. That's beautiful. When my daughter was born, she'll be 2 in March.
Wow. Now she's gonna be 3 in March, which I'm taping this from an LJPCBM ads. Continue on.
I didn't sing "I Love You" to her much, but I used to sing her the "Everyone is Special" song.
Aww.
When she was really tiny. And she's a huge Barney fan now.
Wow.
She loves all, and we watch all of them. The Backyard Gang, the later seasons, all of it, and she loves it. I think what makes those songs special, the ones that you listed, especially with you being an early Barney's fan, is I think it's something with what Bob Singleton did with the music arrangements.
Yeah.
That really brought all of those songs out, right?
I liked Bob Singleton's arrangements. When the song arrangement changed in like seasons 4 through 6 and stuff, I'm like, it didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, and I mean Joe Phillips, who took over from seasons 4 all the way through to the end. He was a great musician. I mean, he did all the live show, music and all of those things. But yeah, you're right. Where Bob Singleton's music just there's something very classic to it, and very Barney-like that kind of got lost after he left the series. But I think that's why those songs, those 3 that you list, were from the very beginning stages of Barney. And I think it's just the way that he made that music work and sound. It was just very relatable, I think, in a sense.
I'll be right back. I'm back, folks. Sorry about that. I just have to look at stuff like that, but let's continue on.
Especially those 3 arrangements, the original "I Love You" arrangements, the theme song, and "If All the Raindrops." Those are some of the best arrangements that exist in the series, I think, as a whole.
I agree on that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, here's another question. I interviewed Emmy. She was the first interview, and I asked her the same question. If you were in charge of Barney, say if they wanted to reboot Barney and bring it back, and they said, Heather, we want you to be in charge of this new version of Barney, what would you do differently to bring that character back?
I'd probably see if like bring back as like guest appearances some of like the classic kids and stuff who are now adults and stuff, and I'd keep it live action, no animation or anything like that, and I'd want to have a lyric added to the song "My Family's Just Right for Me" about a kid having either 2 moms or 2 dads, and Barney saying that's okay as long as they both love you and stuff. I mean, I don't believe in like I think it should be allowed in because like some kids might have two moms or two dads and dads and I think that needs to be shown for the world, but not like push or shove down people's throats. I mean, I just want to put it out there in a simple way that love is love and family is family.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I agree with the point that you said about not having to like shove it down people's throats because I think Barney is one of those perfect characters where um, you don't have to do that, right? You just introduce it. It's in a song, or you mention it, and then you move on, and it makes those people who identify with that feel seen. But it's not a lot of this like. And here we're going to show you that this kid has two moms. It's where they make it because the one thing that anyone who identifies with that just wants to feel normal like everyone else, right? They don't need anyone to make a big deal about that.
Exactly.
Right. So I agree with that. I think Barney would be a great character to.
I mean, even if they just showed in the background, like in wherever the setting they chose for it to take place, they showed like background characters with a kid with like two moms or two dads in the background. I mean, that would just be enough to show. They don't even have to say anything. Just show it.
I agree. Yes. And it's no different, I think, than when Barney would have kids in wheelchairs or that kind of thing. They didn't
or like in season 2 when he had the kid with Down syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. They're just there. They're like everyone else. We're having fun, and you don't have to mention it. They're just a part of this fun that we're having. And I like that idea. And I think if Barney was to make a comeback, we would see those kind of things because the people who worked on Barney and the people who actually cared about what Barney did, I feel like those kind of things would be given to them. So I like that idea.
Yeah.
I mean, Barney's messages of unconditional love and acceptance of everyone speak to me because I remember when I was in elementary school, I got bullied for liking Barney, and to be honest, there were times I'd sneak my Barney doll into my backpack at school if I needed a quick hugger. I felt like Barney was the only friend that I had at the time when I had no friends because he didn't judge me, and I knew that even though just because he was a fictional character, he loved me for who I was and he wouldn't judge me.
Yeah.
Back when I was in how do I describe this? I was only in my last day of 4th grade, and then Miss Gilfield, I don't know her name, but Miss Gilfield, Miss Johnson. Well, I was in my 4th grade. They're showing movies, and then all of a sudden they show Barney's Great Adventure, the movie, and there was like Barney, and no one wants to watch Barney. I'm like, come on, I want to see Barney, and then all of a sudden thinking, people, you gotta watch it at home. I'm like, dude, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Kids need to, like 4th grade kids need to watch Barney to learn their lessons instead of freaking NNA all the time. That's rated J. But anyway, it's a preschool series. I can do this whatever the hell I want. But anyway, let's continue on. I can't play. Anyway.
Judge me.
And I think that sums up right there what Barney is, because I think everyone can identify with that. We all, anytime we needed a friend, Barney was undoubtedly the one person that we knew was our friend forever, right?
Exactly.
So that's awesome that you used to take him to school with you for those moments when you felt covered. It's unfortunate that people bullied you over that, but as we know with the world that we're in, it's just.
Before you say anything, Kawan, yeah, I got bullied a lot when I was in elementary school as well, yeah. People make fun of me when there's like, I told them, hey everybody, it's time for Barney Says. Like, no! And they're like, and they just make fun of me, saying, hey everybody, it's time for NNA. Like, shut up. Bob! But I mean, at the time, yes, I'm not a huge fan of NNA, because number one, it's not for me. Two, they're not funny. The jokes are not funny. The the characters are stupid, and people are not. They're just teasing me. To watch it. I don't want to see another sign saying Ed, and A ever again. Okay? Because I'm not a huge fan of it. Sorry. It's not me. Let's continue on.
It's just what some people do, and maybe those people need a hug. Like Bob West said it best on the
Yes.
documentary. Sometimes those people just need a hug.
What's that?
Bob West said it best on the documentary. Sometimes those people just need a hug. But at some point,
Exactly.
you have to be the one to feel that meanness put towards you. But I'm glad Barney was there to make you feel loved and special in those times.
Yeah.
You know something? I did want to talk about Boredom Jokester pretty soon. I Love You, You Hate Me. Just a 2-part episode. I just want to see what it looks like and what was your Barney? And like Steve Burns said, to make more sense anyway. I don't know what to do, to have a frat party with Barney in the 90s. And then went in the 2000s making fun of Barney. And say, hey everybody, it's Ed. Like, shut the up. Just shut the F up. Because I'm just going to have a frat party with I'm not going to do a frat party. It's no. Anyway, frat party with Barney is no for me. I'm not allowing this. But as for frat party with Ed and A, sign me up. Because I don't want to do it. I'm not doing this. I'm not a huge fan. I want to do a frat party with Ed and A. So, beat me up. I'm not going to do is smash some characters like Ed and A, for example, so I can beat the crap out of them. And let's continue on.
I remember like a couple years ago, my grandparents passed away a couple years ago.
Ooh, my condolences. Have her. Continue on.
Was in 2021 and Grandpa was in 2016.
Wow. 2016, yeah, worst year of my life, yeah. 2021, yeah, your grandparents, yeah. I don't know, talking too much again. Like I said, it's just like, yeah. I don't know what to do next. Continue on.
What I did to grieve was I watched old Barney episodes to help me grieve, and you know what? It made me feel better because I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. I remember at my grandma and grandpa's house, my grandpa would always watch a lot of TV. He'd watch a lot of sports and stuff, even boring stuff like golf. But I remember he'd sit and
my stepdad, my brother, watches football all the time. I don't think football and except the fact it's ball. Yeah, it's about bits and pieces of football with boy. If I watch like nearly an hour of football, that's okay. But the whole football game is not necessary. The thing is that I was watching just in person would be good to see my good friend and colleague Billy Mooey, if he watches now. But I did play bowling. That's a good idea. But the thing is about what's going to happen in the golf game. Yeah, my stepdad's a huge fan of golf, per se. But as for some boring stuff you don't like, Heather, that's okay. The thing is, I just feel like I am more of a... I was a YouTuber at first, but when I get older, I branch out with some shows, like, I don't know what I can't remember what the names were, but no. I always wanted to be a huge fan of the news PBS, at the time, and Smosh and Annoying Orange, Bob Show, Rain Fox, and some people I trust, and not counting some preschool shows or children's shows I watch, like Weekends, Lloyd in Space, and Toon Disney stuff. I've watched, like, I was listening to heavy metal or other things, but you know, if you don't, I know it's not your thing, but that's okay, Heather. I respect your opinions on some things. Continue on.
He'd sit with me, he'd watch Barney with me, or watch Nickelodeon with me.
Oh my God, you did! I don't know you watch Nickelodeon. Oh, speaking of which, SpongeBob. Okay, because at the time SpongeBob was my jam. I was a Disney nerd myself. Anyway, continue on.
Man, it was always a happy memory I had at my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the time Disney was my thing, and continue on.
You know what? I had that same experience. My grandma my grandma and grandpa had an in-home daycare. My grandma still has it, and so that's where I grew up. And then I eventually moved in and lived with her once my grandpa passed away when I was 10. But my grandpa was one of the people in my family who supported me enjoying and watching Barney, and he would do the same thing. He was into sports and that kind of thing too, wrestling and that kind of thing. But he
Oh, your grandpa's into wrestling? Brad Martin, Joy Scow, Eric Lima, um, Michael Bavaria, um, um, I can't pronounce his last name. Sorry. And of course, Andrew Hawking. If you watch this, guys, for you. Shout out to the guys at Red Ray Podcast. Continue on.
would also watch Barney with me and encourage me to watch the show and those kind of things. So we kind of have that in common with our grandparents.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well.
Yeah. Really quick here. I want to try to play this game with you. How well do you think you know Barney's music in the show?
I think I know it pretty well.
Okay. I'm gonna try to play this game with you. It's called Name That Song. And what's going to happen is I'm going to show you, or I'm going to play 4 to 5 seconds of an instrumental of a Barney song. And then I want you to just see if you can guess what that song is, just by hearing those short seconds of the song.
Okay.
Okay.
Try?
Yep, I'll give it a try.
Cool. I'll share my screen here with you. It's only 3, so it's going to be very short.
3, okay.
But let's...
I remember you see one game before. It's called... I don't remember the name, but I'll figure out the one last episode. If you guys checked out my last episode, go check it out. I don't remember the name. Sorry, continue on.
Let's see if we can try this. Let's see if we can make this work. Are you seeing that on your screen?
Yep, I see it.
Awesome. So yeah, this is called Name That Song. We're just going to do it 3 times. And then, yeah, you just try to guess the song. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Here's number 1.
I honestly don't know that one.
No idea?
No idea.
If you had to take a guess, what would you guess? Do you want to hear it again?
Yeah, I'd like to hear it again.
Okay, one more time. Here you go.
I think it maybe is that the Friends Are Special one.
Close. This one is Mr. Sun.
Oh!
Mr. Sun. I didn't recognize it.
Yeah.
Oh, Friends Are Special. Oh, yeah. You were close, Trevor. Yeah.
I probably didn't recognize it because of different arrangement.
Probably, yeah. And that's the difficult thing with Barney is because the arrangements change so much. This second one might be a little bit more difficult for you, but we'll try it because this came after the time that you stopped watching Barney. But we'll try it really fast and see if you can guess this one. Ready?
Ready. I don't know that one either.
Don't know that one? Okay.
No.
That one came that was from Barney. Well, come on over to Barney's house. So that was Anything Can Happen. Have you ever seen that video?
I saw that video. I watched it, and I mean, it really didn't feel like Barney to me.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so that's the song that they sing when Barney is giving them a tour of his house.
Wow.
So that's Anything Can Happen. I think you might know this last one. Are you ready?
All right.
Here we go.
Everyone special. Okay.
Yeah, Everyone Is Special. I know that one. everyone.
Everyone is special. There you go. Hey, there's no win or lose in that game. You did really well. It's hard. I mean, like you said, if you haven't seen those
Oh,
movies,
okay. There's no win or lose. Okay. Not bad. You should figure this out. Like, we should figure out both schools. Joke anyway.
you didn't watch them much. It's hard to really know, especially by the arrangements. But you still did pretty good. Everyone is special. That's a Bob Singleton arrangement. So I think anyone can almost guess what that song would have been.
Yeah.
Awesome job. Before, yeah, for sure. Before we end this here today, one part of our podcast is we always ask our guests to bring on a Barney item that they own that they hold near and dear to them. And would you like to share with us what it is that you have with you today?
Yep, I sure would. I have a Dakin Backyard Gang Barney doll that my mom and I found when I was probably 3, 4 years old. We found him at a garage sale in like the Chicago suburbs where I lived.
Awesome. So
Which
you've
and I
had
have
it since you were
I
about
have up on my shelf. I have the two gun dolls in both sizes that were also found at garage sales.
Wow, you're lucky because I can't find those gun dolls anywhere.
Wow.
I remember my grandma, she almost got rid of my backyard gang Barney dolls, and I'm like, nope, I'm not letting you get rid of those. I'm keeping those.
Yeah, exactly, Heather. You gotta do something.
That because I owned a lot of Barney dolls. I had one of the original. I had the larger backyard gang doll.
Wait. Hold up. Is that your tattoo, Karan?
Had one of the original. I had the large.
Oh, okay. That was your notes tattoo. Okay, continue on.
Backyard gang doll. And eventually, when I was younger, I went through this phase where I was just trying to get rid of certain things, and so my grandma and I got rid of a lot of my Barney stuffed toys that I don't have anymore, and one of them was the Backyard Gang doll. But this is also at a time when I never thought that we would see a day where Barney wasn't on TV, so I didn't think holding on to them was going to be something that was worthwhile in the long run. So I really wish I would have kept those. But I'm glad you have that one because that's one that everyone tries to find, and it's just so hard to get them.
Yeah,
hard.
My mom and I probably paid like a couple of bucks for it at like a garage. So I'm thinking like, how the heck did he end up in Chicago? But I'm like, he's still in really good shape.
Wow.
Shape.
Wow.
I'm just happy to have him.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you have that, and I'm glad you have the two gun dolls as well because those ones are even more rare.
Rare, yes, exactly. That makes sense. Yeah.
But it's cool to have those. Do you have a decent size of a collection of Barney things, or do you just have a few things that are the most important?
Decent size. I have up in my attic some of the tapes and stuff. I remember a few years ago. I found it like my sister works at a thrift store called Savers. I found they got in a bunch of Barney tapes one day, and a couple of them were the Time Life ones, and I got like 5 Time Life tapes for like 99 cents each. And I remember one of them was the Queen of Make Believe, and oddly enough, I have kind of an odd history of that episode because whenever like the power would go out at my house and stuff, and I turned back on the TV, that episode was always playing at right before the part where they put the head on the robot, and I'm like, I'm turning the TV off. And so that I'm afraid if I pop the tape in my VCR or my DVD VHS player, that'll pop up at that exact moment and scare the crap out of me.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. That is kind of scary.
Wow.
Weird. Is there anything else that you would like to share about Barney or your experiences with Barney or things like that that we haven't talked about on this podcast so far?
I'd like to share that I really feel that it was a good show and I think that Barney should definitely be brought back for today's kids. I think today's kids need to hear his messages of love, unconditional love and acceptance of everyone. And I mean, with all this bad stuff going on in the world right now, it'd be nice to have someone be like, it's okay. Be like, it's okay. I love you. Everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. I think that's a perfect way to end this podcast. We do need Barney back today because more now than ever, I think we definitely need a character where our young kids can have a safe space to go to and someone that they trust, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I ever have kids of my own someday, I'm definitely gonna show them Barney. I know my family. We have a family friend who has like a daughter who's like she has a daughter who's almost 2 years old, and thanks to me,
Wow.
I've given her mom like Barney dolls and DVDs and stuff. And thanks to me, her daughter became a Barney fan too. I tried with my nephew, but he's more into Sesame Street and Elmo and Curious George right now.
Yeah, I'm not into Curious George. Sorry, but Sesame Street, Elmo, thank you.
Gotcha. Well, hey, any way that we can spread the love and the message of Barney, even if it's just one kid, we're still pushing his message along. So I think that's the best that we can do.
Yep, I agree.
I want to say thank you, Heather, for coming on to the podcast today. It's really been fun talking to you and learning.
Yeah, it's been fun talking to you too.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on. We'll have to bring you on somewhere down the line after we get through more people and touch back with you and see.
Okay, I'd rather see more people talk about Barney. I mean, I think I said what I had to say, and I'm glad I was able to get it out there. So
definitely.
Also, message me the YouTube link when it comes out. I want to be able to show this to my friends and my family and my boyfriend and stuff. So
for sure,
I want to show this to them when it comes out.
Yeah, it's gonna start in the group first and Barney History Fans first, and then we eventually will push it towards YouTube and Spotify and all those other places that you can get podcasts as well. So yeah, I'll definitely let you know when that comes out. To all of our fans out there, if you haven't signed up yet to be on the podcast, I invite you to do that using the Google form within the Barney History Fans group.
Like me,
and
because unfortunately, to say this, Kwan, I was not signed up, and I was failed to sign up, and I have to be signed up for season 2. I gotta do something about it. Continue on.
Soon we can see you in your spot of love. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
So that was Heather, Boy Fan Spots of Love Podcast, episode 2. And boy, I was just lucky, to see this episode reaction, Well, so it makes sense in any way. So that was it, and yeah, so far this episode was a success. That was the reaction for 1,457. Hope you enjoy it. Stay this going to be a 2-1 crossover between Fairy Odd Gamer and Miss K's Clubhouse, and it's gonna be called Spotlight Podcast Episode 3. Lucas Bradley, a Barney fan. Till next time, so just about the baby. Good words, reaction. So sit out. See ya.
Given unto me this life I'll never take for granted, and given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening, but I tried all the time. Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Perception is the question, and the giver holds the key.